Have you ever seen something that refused to stay gone? Marcus thought someone was playing a cruel prank until the same red ball kept returning night after night. Then, at exactly 3 a.m., he saw something standing at the edge of the forest, waiting. Some stories leave scars. This one leaves questions. This is the red ball. It kept coming back, even when I locked it inside. Every winter, Marcus traveled to his remote cabin in rural New York. The place sat alone at the end of a long private road. On one side was a fence. On the other was a thick forest that seemed endless. Marcus had been coming here for years. It was quiet, peaceful, safe, or at least that's what he believed. One cold January evening, after a 4-hour drive, Marcus arrived at the cabin. As he stepped out of his car, he heard something unusual. A child laughing. The sound echoed through the cold air. Marcus looked around. There was nobody there. Only trees. Only snow. Probably the neighbor's grandkids, he thought. He grabbed his bags and headed inside. The next morning, Marcus stepped outside, wearing his ski gear. Fresh snow covered everything. It looked like a perfect winter day. Then he noticed something strange. Sitting in the middle of his front lawn was a bright red ball. It hadn't been there the day before. Against the white snow, the ball looked almost like a drop of blood. Marcus picked it up and assumed it belonged to the neighbor's children. Without thinking much about it, he tossed it over the fence and went skiing. That evening, after returning home, he froze. The red ball was back. Not near the fence, not somewhere else, the exact same spot. Marcus stared at it. Something about it felt wrong. Still, he picked it up and threw it over the fence again, harder this time. Then he went inside and locked the door. At 2:47 in the morning, Marcus woke up suddenly. A child's laughter drifted through the darkness outside. He checked his phone. 2:47 a.m. The laughter continued. Slowly, Marcus walked to the window and looked outside. There was no child, no footprints, nothing. But sitting under the pale moonlight was the red ball, right where it had been before. Marcus felt a chill run through his body. This time, he went outside, picked up the ball, and brought it inside the cabin. He placed it in the middle of the living room floor. If it appeared outside again, he'd know something was wrong. The next morning, Marcus visited his elderly neighbor. Trying to sound casual, he asked if any children lived nearby. The old man looked confused. Then he slowly shook his head. "No children around here, son. Not for miles." Marcus thanked him and walked back toward his cabin. For some reason, he didn't look behind him. That night, after another day of skiing, Marcus returned home. The first thing he noticed was the empty spot on the living room floor. The red ball was gone. He checked every door, locked every window, locked. He searched the entire cabin. Nothing. The ball had disappeared. Marcus had been alone all day. Nobody could have entered the house, and yet something had come inside and taken it. At exactly 3 a.m., Marcus sat awake in bed, with every light in the cabin turned on. Then he heard it again, a child's laughter. Outside. Slowly, he walked toward the window. Every instinct told him not to look, but he did. The red ball was back, sitting in the exact same spot, and behind it, near the edge of the forest, stood a small figure, motionless, the size of a child, watching him. The figure never moved. It simply stood there in the darkness, looking directly at the cabin, looking directly at him. Marcus slowly lowered the blind. Then he closed every blind in every room He left every light on, and he didn't sleep for the rest of the night. The following morning, Marcus packed his car as quickly as possible. He didn't eat breakfast. He didn't look out the windows, and he definitely didn't look toward the forest. As he drove away, he caught one final glimpse of the front lawn. The red ball was still there, waiting. Marcus never returned to the cabin during winter again. Months later, when spring arrived, the ball was still sitting in the same place, exactly where it had always been.